What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I just woke up and we've got a brand new Forbidden and Limited list here, effective from April 29th. When's our next? No sooner than confirmed to be our WCQ format, July 1st, 2019. Now, Konami did say this would be a minimalistic ban list, and so far nothing on my screen has been touched, so we're gonna scroll down. First, some things that I'd like to see. I'd like to see Saryuja limited to 1. I'd like to see the Phantom Knight rank up magic banned. I'd like to see Gandora expand after my video yesterday. Hopefully Konami caught on to that. And that's about it for me if it's minimalistic. So let's see how they touch up our metagame, huh? And starting out, Summon Sorceress is our first card to hit this list. Well, this isn't too surprising. She's a combo enabler. She's banned in the OCG. We haven't got Needle Fiber yet. Maybe this opens the door a little bit for this. It's not like, oh my god, insane, Summon Sorcerer is gone. Well, no, this is kind of more expected, right? Like, it was about her time to go. She's just been nuts. She's basically an enabler so much as Nightmare Goblin was for extending plays. Just generic searcher for any deck, and I think links have gone to the point to where, yeah, it's easy enough to summon other strategies. She was due to go. Number 95, Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon. That is the answer to the Gandora FDK, huh? This was also in the metagame. It's a bit strong to be a, oh hey, look, I can Foolish Burial 3 cards from the deck, from the X-Strike. I gotta admit, I have a soft spot for Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon, but it looks like that TCG legal Gandora X FDK just got stopped in the ground this way instead of taking care of Gandora himself. I'm gonna miss you, Dark Matter Dragon. Maybe this means we can get some Dragon Rulers back. Huh, that would be kind of cool. Is Tempest up here? Tempest is still up here, so is Title. We'll see in the future if that allows some wiggle room for that. Going into the spells. There it is! Phantom Knight, rank up magic launch. Forbidden. Welcome to the ban list. No more quick play Azathoth. No more quick play DDD Cali King. It really seems like Konami listened to the community here on this one. Rusty Bardish is pretty insane, but it's a tool that's somewhat fair despite all the advantage it creates for the Dark Warrior engine. And you take this away, and it's nice. You stop abusing Time Thief Redoer for just making Azathoth. That's not his only purpose in life anymore, and I'm very, very, very happy with this hit. So overall, looks like we have 3 cards touched up here. That isn't the most ever, but that's still a pretty good amount for a quote-unquote minimalistic list. Let's continue on. Oh, what do we have here? Lady Debug. Lady Debug to 1. They touched Salamangreat straight out the gate because most Salamangreats are playing 3 of this thing. Now, as I understand it, Lady Debug, though, will have a replacement within the metagame naturally coming up, so this isn't slaying Salamangreat by any mean, but it does take down their consistency for a little bit, right? Just a tiny bit. Phantom Sky Blaster to 1. This kind of touches up the Danger Thunder for some of their list. It's with Link summoning, any token-based thing seems to be getting hit here. We have Scapegoat already, the 1 Gofu ban, so it's naturally just this course that, hey, if you make tokens and a ton of them for free and go up into Saryuja, we're going to hit you. I'd like to see Saryuja to 1 here. I'm really hoping we see that. And nope. It's Kagari. Kagari to 1. Okay, so they just went after Sky Strikers in a big way. Kagari is the main way that you're able to recur your resources. Like, you go into Hayate, you attack direct, you're able to send something, and you go Kagari, and you just get it back for free in the first turn. This is actually a really nice balance. We'll see if they end up hitting any other Sky Striker cards, but after having, I believe it's, there was a post on Facebook, 10 championship wins for Kagari, or premier events, putting it up there as the most winning decks alongside Nekroz and E-Dragons. It was about time something more happened to this deck. So they really do seem to be shaking it up more than they let on earlier with Debug to 1, Kagari to 1, Phantom Skyblaster. All the main decks, they're getting their hits here. Anything else? We're into the spells. Nothing! thinking, okay, so minimalistic does seem to be the route of this. Unfortunately, we seem not just... Saryuja's fine. Pokemon card can stay. Alright, and the semi-limited list. Oh, Super Polymerization goes up to 2? This is insane for stuff like the Salmon Great Mirror Match. This is actually crazy. A lot of people were asking, like, in some of these conversations for Super Polymerization to go back on the list, and we see it peel off to 2. This is one of my favorite cards. I'm relatively a fan of it, and it is somewhat searchable these days, isn't it? So, the Salmon Great Mirror just got way more interesting. The Borreload fusion that's going to be come out got more interesting. I like this move a whole lot. Now, did anything peel off the list? Anything at all? Miscellaneous source to 3. We've got Dino DNA back here. Miscellaneous source to 3 is actually a pretty big deal. It's no Lithosasm for the dinosaur decks by any means, but having access to hard drawing and not having to search something that makes your plays relatively unaffected for the turn, this is a good move by Konami. This is a budget engine, budget deck, and they're giving it back to the players. And it was unfairly hit in the first place, I think. The dinosaur deck only gave its flexings at Worlds, and it got that kind of Worlds win hit when it wasn't, you know, terrorizing the metagame. It was topping regionals here and there. It struggled to get to the YCS Summit, and now we see the dinosaur engine for everyone. This is nice. This is a good list overall. I have minimal complaints. You know, my wish list, I was hoping would get hit more, but let's review everything that happened. Miscellaneous Source to 3, I'm a fan of. Super Poly to 2, I'm a fan of, but I know not everybody is going to be. It is a crazy, insane card, slurping cards off your opponent's field for the cost of just itself and a discard, interrupting their plays as they try to go up a link tree or play their board to be what it is, like, It's a pretty big move for them to put that to 2. Striker Kagari, all 3 limits hit a main deck. Kagari hits Sky Strikers, Sky Blaster is aimed towards Thunder Dragon, and then you have Lady Debug appearing on this list. Is that like the first generic Cyber support? We're not talking Firewall, like, it's Cyber support in general getting limited here thanks to the Salmon Greats ending up on the list. So they go for a little hit, a slap on the wrist for the main 3 decks. They don't murder them, they don't put them in the ground, but they take away a great option for each and every one. Sky Striker is still going to be able to operate, but it's going to have a much harder time with Kagari to 1. Now I know a lot of people ban multi-roll, and you know I wanted Eagle Booster ban because I want to just run through the Sky Strikers. But this is a good balance as we head into the WCQ, a good shakeup that allows the other decks perhaps a little bit more consistency against these decks and their options. Phantom Knight, rank up Magic, huge fan. Ranking up during their turn was only going to, if they hit Azathoth, it was going to be Kali King and Pendulums or VFD and Pendulums. I think this was a really good hit by them. Dark Matter Dragon, it's like seeing a friend go down a dark path. But it was about its time. The Morphage Sloth plays and everything that was being abused within the engine for Guard Dragons. If they wanted to keep Guard Dragons around, it was either this or Saryuja. Personally, I would have liked to see Saryuja and summon Sorceress. She just had it coming, right? But just such an insane enabler. It needed to go before we ever got Needle Fiber, and I'm glad the TCG never lived the day to see Summon Sorceress and Needle Fiber did it together. So, my wish list that's missing. Mainly Saryuja. Saryuja to 1. I don't want it banned, I just want it to 1. It's so generically abusable, and it combos so well with the Guard Dragon engine as a free out, instead of making you leave something on board like a Boral Load or Boral Sword. It makes it so you can only use 2 pieces of them if you want to go up into the Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. I personally would have liked to see Saryuja to 1. That's it. That's all that's missing. Otherwise, great ban list. We knew it would be minimalistic, so I think I had my expectations set. You know, I'd love to see Sky Strikers hit harder. I'd love to see Salmon Great hit a little harder, although I expected it to have its WCQ season relatively untouched just as Monarchs. Give it 2 seasons, you know, budget-friendly in terms of getting most of the pieces outside of staples. Give it 2 seasons at least before you start slaying it. I expected it to pretty much go this way. Thunder Dragons, you know, they need to be in the Megatons to sell the Megatons or Battles of Legend. Good list. I do like that it's immediately allowing the format to shake up after the WCQ as we go into a season where we get the Megatons, where we get Battles of Legends, so it should be interesting to see how they shake it up with those reprints and where they'll touch it up. Like, hey, we're reprinting Engage. When are we going to take care of that? That's going to be an interesting thing to see how Konami plays out, as we remember Zodiac and how they instantly got slayed. It leaves a lot of questions, but for now, what do you guys think in the comment section down below? I want to hear what you have to say. Subscribe if you enjoyed the conversation. Give the video a thumbs up also, and what do you think? I'm pretty happy with it after Konami has communicated with us that it was going to be pretty much this way, and they stuck to it, and super happy with the Miscellaneous Source peel.